Okay, we're back. It's been a couple weeks since the last event. Haven't really done anything. You know how it is, drift events. You go to it and then you put your car in the garage or on the rack or outside and it just sits there and you don't do anything with it for a while. But I've got a special surprise. But before I show y'all, I have to move all my shit out of here. See if you can guess what it is. That's right, we got another drift car. So yeah, here it is. A 2008 GT Mustang. My dad finally got tired of going to the events and not driving, so he went and picked up this thing for, I think it was about $7,000. Not bad. We looked it over. We can't find anything really wrong with it. So we ended up buying a bunch of stuff for it. We got a Mega Mantis kit. We got oil catch cans, fire extinguisher, mount. Can't remember everything. Here it is. It's got 19s on it right now, so we're gonna have to switch those out for some 18s. But that shouldn't be too big of a deal. Not bad, not bad. But we bought a bunch of stuff for it. We got coilovers. We got a front tow hook kit, because apparently Mustangs don't have tow hooks on the front or back. So we're gonna have to weld and make our own bracket for the back. Fire extinguisher. We got gauge pillars, so we can put oil pressure, oil temp, and something else. I can't remember the other one. There's a lot of stuff to do. A lot of stuff to do. And then eventually, I'm gonna be buying all the stuff to do a full cooling radiator thing with my car. I'll replace the radiator, get another radiator cap that's a higher pressure, so it has a higher boiling point. And probably just try and figure out a way to get more air into the oil cooler. But yeah, that's a summer project. Doing that and then getting the Mustang ready to drift. It's gonna be fun. So far, looking at it, there really doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the car, anything just that pops out that's, bad about it. I mean, you got some rust on the exhaust and the freaking drive shaft is rusty as hell, but I mean, it really isn't anything. It's already got a muffler delete, but it really doesn't sound like it. It's still pretty quiet. We'd probably have to do get test tubes on it instead. We'd probably have to get test pipes on it instead, because it does not sound loud at all. But yeah, not bad, not bad. As far as we can tell, it is gonna be a great platform for him to mod and learn on, I guess. Now we have the FDF Mega Mantis kit with the caster plates, because the Mustangs are kind of notorious for having basically no self-steer. So with the caster plates, we can actually bump up the caster on the front suspension, so then he doesn't have to do as much, babying the wheel to where it needs to go, because he kind of can't. He's got shoulder surgery problems and doesn't have full ability with it, so it's gonna need self-steer, which kind of sucks, because my car has amazing self-steer. You just let it go and it goes faster than you'd be able to do it all day. And then the Mustangs, we'll probably bump up the caster, and I don't know if it's going to be as good as you know, the Nissan self-steer. But we're going to try and get as much as possible so he doesn't have to struggle with it and can actually enjoy playing around with this car. But yeah, super fun. I'm excited for all the stuff we get to do to it. It is going to be a ride and a half, and should be out there at the next event with it, which is going to be rad. I can't wait to try it because I've only ever driven my car. I did get to drive Dalton's for one lap last event, which was insane. The power on, you just throw it in and goes. I hope this is sort of similar to it, but I don't know if this car makes nearly as much power as Dalton's, and then it doesn't make as much power as mine. This thing's probably only rocking about 300 horsepower to the wheels, maybe. It's probably less than that to the wheels. But it was a V8, so I don't know. Could just throw it different. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, that's it. We're gonna modify the hell out of this thing and get it drift ready. Big plans, big plans. She is basically ready. We have a couple days until Sunday, and the Mustang is pretty much done. We've got the FDF Mega Mantis kit on there. We got the oil catch can. We have a fan wired up for in front of the radiator, help cool that down. We have all rear suspension stuff switched out. So we did the Panhard bar and brace. We did the lower control arms with the anti-squat brackets and the upper control arm with the bracket for that. And that's all great. We do have one sort of problem in the rear, and it's whenever you're going over bumps, you hear like a rattling. It's almost like the bolt that goes into the upper control arm is like too small or something. So we tried figuring it out, we tightened stuff up, and yeah, it's still making the noise. It's not making it as bad, but it's still making it. But hopefully that won't really matter for what we're doing, since we're gonna be on a flat surface and going sideways, and I don't know, we'll take it as it comes, but I mean, we're done messing with it. We can't figure it out, and we don't have enough time to mess with it. We got the rear tow hook. We got the, I think it's like SVE is the brand, front tow hook. That came out pretty good. Bolts on pretty easy. Yeah, SVE. Very, very simple and easy to do. Trying to think what else we did to the car. We did so much stuff. Let me go over to the board. Ah, the board. Okay, yeah, we did the whole front suspension, tow hooks, catch can, already did the alignment, changed a bunch of the fluids. Oh yeah, we did a gauge cluster so we can actually see the oil temp pressure and the coolant temp. So we'll know if anything's messed up or getting overheated, which is pretty good because it doesn't have a lot of sensors on it from factory. We got the fire extinguisher all up in there. That's pretty much it. The diff got welded. We found these custom brackets that go into the diff, and they just fit perfectly, and you just weld that up, and perfect. Makes it to where we don't have to worry about that exploding or anything. But I mean, she's ready. She is ready, and she looks good, and I tested her out a little bit, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun car, for sure. So, come on down to NOLA and hit us up for a little ride along in the Drift Stang. That's gonna be Sunday, I think the 14th. And we'll be there, we'll have both cars. I'm just putting on one last thing before the weekend, and that is a oil cooler fan. So, that'll be good because my oil temps absolutely suck. Hopefully this does something. I don't know if it will. I think it will. But I won't know until Sunday. But pretty much ready to go. I'm excited to be back in it after a couple months off. I guess we'll see you there.